This is Dr. Brian Garrett. Dr. Garrett is a high-ranking karate man and doesn't get much recognition for his karate, but he is a high-ranking karate man. But he's also a chiropractor, and he's one of the very few people in the United States that does applied kinesiology. And he does some amazing things, and I was privileged to meet him here a few years ago at the gathering, which is probably one of the biggest benefits of coming to an event like this. Is you meet people that you would never meet otherwise, you know, because he's based in San Diego, and I think he and I have become lifelong friends because of the gathering. But this applied kinesiology that he does is really unique, and does some really strange things. The best way I can describe it is he treats the body like a computer with reset buttons, and then you find out what's wrong. You push your reset button, the body fixes itself. It's really a unique art, really a unique style. So,
right, great. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you.
I never really know what I'm going to say. My name is Brian Garrett. I'm a chiropractor. But I know when people, I'm like, when you say chiropractor, they're ready to get on the table and get cracked. And so I like manipulation. It's an awesome tool. They were doing it in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's a student at the chiropractic college, and there is a huge resistance against kinesiology. I really don't know why, and I think it's probably because most people don't want to work on themselves. I'd like to take a pill or get an injection and fix all my problems, but it doesn't seem to work out that way. And so what I'd like to do is start with a demonstration on somebody. Does somebody have a chronic shoulder problem? You do? Okay, cool. So can you give a little history on that?
I had one shoulder go out on me without my permission about 5-6 years ago, and the other one just kind of went, well, that looks like fun, and started doing the same thing about 2 years ago. It hurts a lot when I'm doing this kind of thing, and the shoulder wants to come this way, but it doesn't want to actually.
Okay, so what number would you give the pain?
When it's actually acting up, about 15.
Okay, well, what about right now?
Right now, I don't feel a thing.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just see what's going on with her.
Do you want this one?
It doesn't matter. Push up with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this right here, and that right there, and this right here, and this right here. Okay, so she showed a weakness in her flexors. Now, don't be insulted, but a chicken goes like this, and a human goes like this. So I'm going to see if I can make that muscle strong, because you would agree. Ready, push up? From here it's weak. Would you say that? So I'm going to make it strong. I'm going to have her step forward with her right leg and straighten and push. Now it's strong, so all she needs to do is walk around like this forever. So I joke a little bit.
And hurt less, too.
Yeah, and the reason why is this is actually probably a brain thing. So we don't know why
Oh, then there's a problem we can't even address.
But we don't know what the problem in the brain is. So I'm going to look for a thing. Go ahead and stand even if you would. Go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And hum. And when she hums, we turn up one side of the brain and the muscle goes weak. So probably, don't know if it's true, there's a zen of kinesiology. I don't know anything. All I know is this thing knows how to fix itself. I'm going to have her count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So she has what we call hemisphericity. And in kinesiology, I'm going to think about the best way to fix it, because I learned a new technique. I'm constantly training. I train in multiple styles of kinesiology, and they all talk poop about each other. It's just like martial arts. And I made up my own style of kinesiology I call sports kinesiology, and I call it Taekwondo. I know, but it's kind of true. Everybody has a certain resistance, and the guys, it's kind of funny because I feel super free because I only care about one thing. There's a result or the reason why we have a result, and I can't live without a result. So we're going to try to make these things work right. I can't guarantee that we're going to get all of it right, but the fact that both of them are there, I want to fix the highest thing, which is the brain. She has a left brain, right brain problem. So I'm going to bring out my phone.
And just one of many problems.
All of us. And I'm going to do a thing called optokinetics on her and see if that'll change that. This is a neurologic tool that neurologists, some do. Have you ever seen a doctor use it? I heard the top guys do. So she's weak here. Ready to push up? So bear with me. Ready to push? So when I get it here in this direction here, she gets strong. Is it pain less?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah. So stay there. And that tells me her temporal lobe is out of sync with the other side. So I'm going to stimulate that. And I'm going to tell the brain. Push up. So now I'm going to have you walk. And the reason why I couldn't walk. And the reason why I have her walk is every time you walk, 1,000 muscles move 200 bones over 100 joints. And thank God it's automatic. Be a lot. Oh, make your kid, I mean, imagine if, you know, okay, I got to digest some food, I better make some hormones. You know, I want to stand up, I'm going to make this. I mean, thank God it's automatic, the only hope. So come on, and so we weren't having any pain. So push up with that. So the good news, walking didn't make it come back. Let's go and see if we changed hemisphericity. Go ahead and hump. And close your eyes and hump. And count.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I feel pretty content with that. So let's go into, so is there a range of motion? Will you go like this with both sides? Okay, how about the other way? So she has pretty good range of motion. She has some limitation back here. And maybe it's this. Push back with just that. Maybe it's here. Push. There it is. Okay. So that's the subscapularis. And don't be insulted, but we're all just a bag of bones held together with muscles run by the central processing unit. In her case, she goes weak on that in her shoulder. Push. And this is the subscapularis muscle. Because it causes pain, I don't want to use that muscle, but I got to use it as my portal of entry. So I'm going to do a thing called I'm going to log into that file. So push here. I'm going to right here. If we go here, straighten and push. She's strong. Would you agree?
Yes.
But I'm going to transfer this weakness over to here because this one causes pain and this one doesn't. And I don't want to cause pain because now I stimulate nociception in the brain and the brain freaks out and I can't tell if that muscle's going to be real. So I'm going to log into it. Ready, push. Push up. So I transfer. So she's. So I'm going to transfer it to a leg. That's okay.
Hey!
Don't line your back.
Where am I going?
Line your back. Let's see if this actually is weak while she's lying down. Bend. Push forward. What happened? It's strong without gravity. Maybe, would you come over and push some gravity in her head? Let's see if it's the neck. It's not. Will you put some gravity on her feet? Push. So gravity, okay, don't get any more gravity. No vertical gravity. I just wanted to
have issues.
Yeah. So we're gonna actually, would you mind? I'm gonna log into that here because I'm gonna use a leg muscle. So I'm gonna go to here, push that way.
No, this way.
I want to use a muscle. You'd agree that's strong, right? If I go like this, that muscle should turn off. That's normal. Was it painful?
No.
Okay. So I want to not use pain. I don't trust it when pain's there. There's a whole bunch of other circuits that influences very deep structures in the brain. 1 year of back pain causes 10 years of degradation of the gray matter. But I took OxyContin and then I got some injection of steroids and, you know, the average American takes 6.5 prescriptions a year.
I'm behind.
I know. Well, someone else is taking yours. The sickest, fattest nation with the most expensive health care. And I was talking to the doctor earlier. It's like, hey, wait till you get your Obamacare bill. They're predicting that a family of 4 is going to spend $1,600 a month. So I say, 1, I don't want to pay it. 2, I'm going to do everything I can. Sometimes you need, emergency intervention. We're the best. But I don't want to be all drugged out for life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this weakness that we have here into this muscle here so I can find out what it's about. So I'm going to have you, if you do some gravity for me. Push forward.
I can't.
Yeah, so the problem, okay, that's good. And bend.
Sorry.
Okay. It's hard to be a patient.
That's pulling.
That's okay. But now I've transferred that weakness here to this muscle. So I'm going to see where that problem is. So when I touch there, you touch here for me? That strengthens this. So bear with me. We're doing advanced work here. And that tells me I have a shoulder problem again. And you go, no, shush, Sherlock. I already told you. So stay there. And push. Now I'm I'm challenging her AC joint against her joint capsule. I'm going to check it against, or the SC joint. I'm going to check it against the trapezoid ligament, the conoid ligament. So it's these two guys right here out of sync.
Yeah, they hate.
Come on up and have a stand.
That hurts too.
So, we only care about pain relief. So I go here and push forward. Okay, so let's have you walk. So now we got that working right. Let's have her walk and see if anything changes. And don't change how you walk while I talk, okay? Notice that her left, walk naturally. Don't listen. Notice that this arm goes like this. She's already changed. They can't help it. These machines.
Well, don't point it out.
Well, but I wanted them to be able to see it. So I'm going to go to, let's go into the arm. So would you say both shoulders now?
Oh, yeah. This one's just much worse.
Okay, so let's see, let's have you stand. I always have to go after things that are that, I'm going to go like that. Push. I'm going to go here, turn down. Push. Go like this. Notice, what does she do? She changed it. Why did she change it? She wants to make it easier for me or her? She wants to, is strong good or bad?
Strong's good.
I know that. Is it?
No.
Is it really? Push up. Strong is good, right? Step forward with your right leg.
Hey.
Strong good or bad? It should be, because you can't do this unless you're going weak. So strong is good conditionally and weak is good conditionally.
Right.
But the body has an unconscious belief system. Strong is good and weak is bad. So what I tried to do, I brought her up to here, and I got her to here, pretty push. And then I tried to make her do this, and then she did this. She don't want to do this. Do you like that? She doesn't even want to do it. She already knows. Now if we relax one arm and do this here, push. She can do that, right? And we do this here. She can do that. But when we do both of them, ready push, she can't do both. So I'm going to log into that. Ready push. And unfortunately, since I don't like to do muscle testing on painful areas, so I'm going to use her neck. Is your neck okay?
Yes.
Push forward. So I've already locked her into weakness. If I were to test any muscle in her body, she would be weak, even if she has a C. As long as I don't move, she's logged in, or I'm logged in. Push up. So, and if I were to pull out of the mode. So now I'm going to ask, it was this, we use, and I've been lucky, I trained with a lot of different guys. One guy showed me that that's a hidden cervical disc. So I'm going to touch her neck. Push up. And when I get right there, it gets strong. And that tells me that I'm the reason why you're in this mode. So I'm going to ask, well, what do you want to do? He says, I want to adjust this way. Good, breathe in. Okay, so I'm going to now adjust her neck, not in a cracky kind. Breathe in. And out. And out. And out. And that's not the kind of chiropractic that you probably have at your chiropractor. So let's have you stand. So I'm out of the mode. We're going to go to here. Turn and push up. Now, kind of interesting. Did you notice what she did? Did she hesitate in getting there? She was right there. Why? Because now the body knows it's strong. So I've been thinking more and more that maybe we know more than we think we know. So go ahead and move it one way or the other and see if it feels any different.
Less stress, less tension.
Yeah. I kind of like it when they have pain. They go, oh, it's an 8, now it's a 0, but you never know what you're going to get. So that's kind of an example of how the body, it's the greatest machine in the world. In fact, George Goodhart, I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you so